Hi, Susan. I want to take a look at your post, and I want to talk about your writing in particular because I think that we're having some. I just want to explain some terminology that I think might clarify some things here. But there is justification utilized because the text aligns to the margins on the left and on the right. That doesn't mean there's justification. I mean, there's different types of justification. There's left aligned, there's right aligned. Justified type actually means that it's centered. Then you have justified with the last line aligned left and justified with the last line aligned right. And then you have plain old centered typography type. So this is not really a justification utilized because the text. And I don't see this adhering to any particular margins at all. I see it adhering to a shape. Okay. Kerning is utilized because there is an adjustment of the letter space between the two adjacent characters of type. Absolutely. Readability is utilized because it can be easily read and navigated. So, I mean, I'm not real sure how we navigate this particular. I mean, we look at it. I don't think there's anything necessarily to navigate because there's no destination. I mean, in other words, there's no like if these were links or something, yeah, we could navigate. That would be a major link based on scale, right? But there's nothing to navigate in this composition. Do you see what I'm saying? Readability is utilized because they're going to be easily read and navigated. Rivers were not used. Okay, rivers were not used. That statement kind of indicates, what do you mean rivers were not used? Widows were used because the last one or two words of a paragraph isolated at the bottom of the page. Okay, widows, all of these things that you're referring to are all characteristics of a paragraph, a type block, a text block, not a typographic portrait or a typographic artistic piece. Okay, so what I want you to do is I'd like you to find a layout, a typographic layout, and explain these things to me with a typographic layout. Okay, I'd like to know about justification. I'd like to know about kerning and leading, and I'd like to know letter spacing and orphans and widows and typeface, color value, but adhere it to a typographic composition. Paragraphs, okay? A bad example of format of typography is this poster print done on papyrus. I don't see any justification. Well, justification is something that would be an attribute that is applied to a paragraph. So no, you don't see. Now you see some center alignment, but you won't see justification in something that's not a paragraph. Leading. So are you saying you don't see leading? Because I do. That's the space between James Cameron and Avatar. I would say there's rivers in this typography. Can you explain that, please? What does that mean there are rivers in this typography? There is no use of widows and orphans. Well, no, there's not, because there's only 3 words. Okay, so again, you're using a lot of terminology that is descriptive of paragraph text. So what I'd like you to do is give me a good composition, maybe a magazine layout, and a bad one, and then apply all of these attributes that you're describing to that. Okay? If you have any questions, give me a holler. All right, thanks.